So this morning, parents around the nation, caregivers, anybody raising kids, you're probably waking up and wondering, how on earth do I talk to my kids about what happened in that small town in Texas at an elementary school? Sandra and I have been talking about it. Marie and I have been talking about it. Aroxia's heart's been heavy. You're a mom of two yourself, and you're going to dig into this with some other moms who are grappling with this very thing.
Absolutely, because we are all collectively hurting this morning. And as we continue to watch the tragedy unfold in Uvalde, Texas, the rush of emotions people are feeling range from heartbroken to anger. And some of those speaking out can relate to those parents whose children were killed because they sadly lost their own children the very same way in senseless, horrific school shootings.
That those folks probably can't breathe right now. They're hearing the worst news a parent could hear.
We have to stand up. We have to do something big.
Shock, horror, anger at the fact that these shootings are preventable, but they're also predictable. Anger at the fact that as I speak to you tonight, I know we're going to have this happen again because we haven't done anything.
So how do parents explain to their children something that is unexplainable? Joining us now to talk about this are moms, Dr. Ashley Wiley-Johnson, an autism expert, mother of two. Also Mona Shaw, mother of three, and Suja Lowenhall, the city manager at Hermosa Beach and mother of five. Thank you so much for joining us. This is such a heavy topic, and I know there's a lot of emotions everyone is feeling. We are all struggling right now as people, as humans, and of course as mothers. So Dr. Ashley Johnson, first tell me, what are you telling your kids? How do we talk to our kids about this?
Good morning. You know, it's been really, really tough. And I think one of the things that I resonated the most with me in a chat with moms was, you know, it's our responsibility to be the ones to provide this information to our children the best we can. I'm trying to, as calmly as possible, rip off the Band-Aid and just share the facts with them. It's definitely devastating, but we need to be able to take responsibility as moms and kind of lead the way.
And you see as moms juggling Zoom in a car right there, obviously on the go after a drop-off or something, you know, always going to appointments, and we appreciate your time. Suja, what do you think in terms of being in city government? And obviously you were in a position on the school board in Long Beach previously. So how do we make schools safe? I'm not sure if we hear you, Suja. We're going to work on that in just a moment. But Mona, as you...
Great. I was on.
Okay, there we go, Suja. We have you now.
There we are.
Okay.
Thank you for having this conversation. I just want to reach out to all the families who are affected by this senseless tragedy, and also families around the world that are trying to grapple with this tragedy that we find happening more and more frequently. When I was on the school board, and I hope we still say this today, school is the safest place we can send our children. Long Beach Unified is the third largest school district in the state of California, and being responsible for nearly 100,000 students at that time, we felt confident to be able to say that. And today, as a member of local government in Hermosa Beach and having worked in local government for 30 years, that partnership with the school district and with local law enforcement agencies such as the police department and fire department and health facilities is critical, more today than ever before. So we have a strong partnership in Hermosa Beach with our school district. We work with them on tragedies such as this, preparing for active shooters or any on-campus emergencies, and we have worked with them to develop a preparedness plan and worked with families and attended assemblies to go over these plans. I wish we didn't have to do these things, but I want people to know to count on their local city officials and city staff to work with their school districts. We are doing this in every city across this country, not just in Hermosa Beach.
And that's the sad thing. The sad fact of life now, Mona, is that we send our children to school hoping they'll return home home safely. And at the same time, we don't want our schools to be a prison. What's the alternative? To have SWAT people, SWAT officers at our schools and metal detectors? Or do we just rely on teachers being heroes? What are you feeling this morning, and what are you telling your children?
To be honest, I've been uneasy all morning, since yesterday, actually. And over the past couple of years, I've developed a very honest relationship with my kids. I've been very forthright with them, talking to them very openly about the pandemic, about George Floyd, about the Capitol riots. But today I wasn't able to. And taking them to school, I was, nervous. What are they going to hear at school? I want them to hear about it from me before they hear about it from their peers or anyone else. And if they have questions, I want them to come to me with it. But, I think I feel what every parent felt this morning. Just real uneasiness. I'm angry. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
And that begs the question, are we doing enough for our children in terms of even before a school shooting even happens, the whole issue of mental health, of gun safety? Those are so big issues that we have to grapple with as parents. And Dr. Ashley Johnson, what do you recommend in terms of dealing with the bigger factors in terms of mental health that everyone is struggling with, and making sure we notice in other children and our own children what they're going through, the socialization issues that people may be dealing with, and just the broader issues that our youth are under right now?
I think we need to take time to be able to talk with our children. More than anything, the time is now to listen to them, to allow them to have space to express how they're feeling, but also to just allow them to grieve along with us. I think it's really critical. Mona, you were spot on as you talked about the importance of wanting to be the person to provide that information to your children. I think that's crucial. And I just think we all need to band together as best we can right now.
And Suja, do you feel like we've heard this before, thoughts and prayers? So many thoughts and prayers, it almost sounds cliche at this point. What needs to be done? What do you hope will be done for your kids?
And you're right. That's the first thing I think a lot of us thought of yesterday when we heard this, is yet again another opportunity for thoughts and prayers. And those can ring hollow for families that have been affected and for families that are sending children to school today. So we need action from all of our leaders to band together, as Ashley said, to band together despite party affiliation, despite any differences. We have to unite behind our kids. If there's no greater unifier than children, and I'm appalled and shocked and heartbroken that we haven't found a way to do that. So we do need to band around them, keep them safe, and the only way to do that is to remove guns from the hands of folks that are not qualified to have them. And that's a hard conversation for everyone, but as moms, I think we're all prepared to say that and have been saying that. This should not be a threat in our society. Our kids shouldn't be threatened. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Every day is Mental Health Awareness Month, but particularly this month, I'm reminded of how fortunate many of us are in our communities to have strong partnerships with health organizations. We have Beach Cities Health District in the South Bay that works with our city, our school district, and they go into schools and work with kids on how to talk to one another. One thing we haven't touched on, which is somewhat of the elephant in the room, is how difficult our kids have it today with social media. It is such a hard environment for them. It is so much harder to be a kid today. The stress of being a child today, even in privileged settings and privileged households, it is incredibly stressful. And social media has not been a mother's friend when it comes to keeping our children safe, and it has not been our child's friend. And
Absolutely.
so we need to talk with them on how to interact with each other, how kindness matters, how to reach out to that kid in the class that might seem isolated, and help speak to that child. And so in our city, our Beach Cities Health District is opening a facility that is designed by and for kids between the ages of, I believe it's 15 and 25, and it's called Alcove, and we're working with the state as well as Stanford University to help design this to provide integrated mental health resources for kids in our area.
Suja, such important work you're doing. Yes, I hope that every district, every mother, every community really touches on those important messages you're talking about, having those important discussions with our children. I want to thank these mothers, these strong women, for talking with us this morning. Thank you so much. And I want to leave with this. 24-year-old National Youth Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman, she wrote a poem. She tweeted it out last night in the wake of this tragedy in Texas. And it reads in part, "It takes a monster to kill children, but to watch monsters kill children again and again and do nothing isn't just insanity, it's inhumanity. The truth is, one nation under guns. What might we be if only we tried? What might we become if only we'd listen?" We'll be right back.